This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6 at SEC, notice of which was sent to the record in the Star Ledger and was posted on the municipal bulletin board.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Here.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Here.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here. Would everybody please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse me. Thank you. There are no proclamations or presentations tonight. We do have minutes to approve. I need a motion to approve the CAL and regular meeting of November 21st, 2017.
And just for the record, everybody was present.
Everybody was present, so we're all eligible to vote.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia. Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Very good, thank you. City Manager's report, please.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council. This is a city manager's report for December 18, 2017. First is the two-way conversion of State Street is scheduled for December 26th. Brightview Engineering will be sending a notice to the businesses and the residents in the area for notification. The city will also use all means of communications, including Nixle, reverse 911, email blast, website notification, newspaper, and the message boards that we have on State Street. To achieve this, the city will start the process of signage, lining State Street on the Friday before Christmas. We will start the process at 1 o'clock because obviously we're gonna have to put all this together. Hope that the weather holds well, and then on the 26th, we will make the final conversion over to two-way on State Street. Number two, the city's tax lien sale is scheduled for tomorrow, December 19th at 10 a.m. in the council chambers. 3, update of snow ordinance. We are in the final stages of our snow policy and are planning to introduce this new ordinance in January of 2018. The Snow Chain Committee has had several meetings. Deputy Chief Nyland has taken on the baton to complete this project, and I'm sure that we will be done and successful. I am pleased to announce, and there was a photo op today of the 2 new sanitation trucks are at the DPW. The decals and everything is installed. We're just waiting for the dump stickers for the DEP, but they will be on the road. And the city of Hackensack and the city managers wishes everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. One last thing is that the police today have received their approval for the CALIA certification of the policies and procedures for the Hackensack Police Department. That's quite an obtainable goal. It's taken over a year for them to become compliant. Basically, it's, I think, 151 policies that are reviewed and implemented. It will certainly reduce our issues for insurance and with the JIF, but more importantly, it'll make our police officers in the community more professional. I thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on. Resolution 447-17.
447-17 is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 39-2017, an ordinance to amend Chapter 14A of the Code of the City of Hackensack, Defense and Indemnification, to authorize the required form of notice of tort claim. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Okay, I need a motion to open to the public, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia. Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody who'd like to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward. Seeing none, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
I might just add, we'll need to update the website and make sure, because this will take effect for all claims after January 1st, that we'll just have to take care of the administrative parts
Right.
of that as well.
Okay.
Need a motion to adopt the ordinance, please?
Offer.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack, County of Bergen, and State of New Jersey, that ordinance number 39-2017 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 448-17.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 40-2017, a bond ordinance providing for improvements to city parks by and in the City of Hackensack, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,350,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,285,700 in bonds or notices, or notes of the city to finance part of the cost thereof. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
May I have a motion, please?
Offer.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Any- Not this one.
What's that?
We need,
A motion open to the public, or?
that was the
No.
motion to open the
That was the,
public.
okay. Anybody, I'm sorry.
That's
Any-
okay.
I'm reading the next,
I
on to the
thought you
next.
were, well, that's what I thought you were doing.
Yeah.
I was like,
And
not this one.
Anybody from the public who'd like to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward.
Mr. Colby? The only thing I have as a question is, what are we doing for $1 million for improvements to the city parks?
I'll let the city
We
manager.
need to do $1 million right now.
Would you like to explain that, Mr. City Manager, please?
We'll let Jim, because he put together the bond. 1 second. Jim Highland.
What this bond ordinance does is for improvements to the ball fields in Fashini Park, specifically 2 ball fields. I forget exactly everything that's being done, but I know that the infield's being replaced.
It's drainage.
Drainage.
Right,
the side,
drainage. But the
lighting.
main thing about this is it's a $1.3 million project. There's a $600,000 Green Acres grant, okay, a $100,000
Right.
Bergen County Open Space grant, and a $200,000 Green Acres loan. It's a 30-year loan at zero
Zero
interest, okay? So, you know, in addition to paying back the loan over 3 years, the city's cost of the portion of the total cost is going to be about $300,000.
Right. Thank you. So for about 300,000 out of that, Mr. Coley, we're responsible for 300,000. The rest is all grant money. So it's basically, we're
We
picking
borrow
up.
the money, pay for the project.
We have a
and then
30-year
we get
loan
the
at no
money back.
interest and $700,000 in grants
But they were
are included
talking
in that.
about drainage. I was there when they put the lights in that field.
Mm-hmm.
The water is 6 inches underneath the ground, and when it's high tide, the biggest pumps they could find couldn't keep the water out to run
It's-
the electricity. So when we're talking about all this money for drainage,
Right.
aren't we really just making?
Well, we're
this
trying to
up?
keep the water out of certain parts, and that one area is always bad.
You have to raise the field, which they tried 30 years ago.
They may be doing some of
They
that in
took the
this.
dirt- The state made them take the dirt out.
Well, that's because of,
That's
that
what-
was because of the quality of the soil.
That's what they're gonna do this time. They're gonna raise it and they're gonna put like a crown around the field, that way the water can go there. Where the water gonna go, I don't know, but that's what they are planning to do.
Plus, it's 80%
They're
of it's
gonna
funded
raise
with
at
grant
least
money.
3 feet, 3 or 4 feet.
Anybody else from the public on this ordinance? Seeing none, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
All right.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Need a motion to adopt this ordinance, please?
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
All right.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 40-2017 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 449-17.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 41-2017, a bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 13-2016, finally adopted by the City Council of the City of Hackensack and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, on April 4, 2016, to increase the appropriation therein for items or expenses listed in and permitted under NJSA 40A:2-20 by an amount equal to $500,000.
Okay,
This
the
ordinance
motion,
has been advertised
Sorry.
pursuant to law and now calls for public hearing. Sorry.
I need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody from the public would like to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward. Seeing none, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. And at this time, instead of a motion to adopt, I need a motion to table this, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
So that was a motion to table ordinance number 41-2017.
Correct.
Introed by Deputy Mayor Canestrino and seconded by Councilmember Pataglia.
Correct.
Okay.
Resolution 450-17.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 42-2017, an ordinance to vacate a portion of Poplar Avenue in the city of Hackensack, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Need a motion to open to the public. Anybody from the public who'd like to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward.
Hey, good evening, Kathleen Salvo.
Good evening.
Lotus Street, Hackensack. Why are we vacating this portion of Poplar Avenue? Because since we don't have the actual resolution in front of us, is there any special reason?
It's a very, very small space. It's probably about 100 feet long. It's not part of through traffic. It's that short little block. Just if you're coming down Poplar, basically you hit the railroad tracks and then there's maybe 100 feet of Poplar. And there's a triangular piece of property there that exists on Main Street. This is going to combine that piece of property with half of what's left of Poplar, and the other half would go to the other side of Poplar. It serves absolutely no purpose for the public good as it is, plus we will collect taxes on the property now.
Oh, so by doing that, it's going to be joined with an adjacent piece of property to make a piece
Yes,
bigger?
it will no longer be a street, you're just going to expand the
That's
two
only
property
that
owners.
sign is, they have
It's
a
proposed to-
billboard sign at that property?
There's a billboard on the corner of the triangular property, yeah. It's a very small.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is. Oh, so then it would be rateable because it would be
Right,
in
because it's not a through lane, nobody even
junction
drives
with
on
that.
it.
Okay, I thought that was the case.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Seeing none, motion to close.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Now we need a motion to adopt.
Need a motion to adopt the ordinance, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack, County of Bergen, and State of New Jersey, that ordinance number 42-2017 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Just want to give a special thanks to Mr. Dibb, who was instrumental in, it's kind of like a little project he worked on here, and it works well because it was a wasted piece of property, and it also allows for another business to come into town there. I believe it'll be a watch shop.
Repair.
Watch repair shop, and it'll make that lot big enough to be more functional, so finally we have a business there. There hasn't been a business on that lot there since I can remember. There used to be a gas station, an Esso station when I was a kid. I lived across the street from there, so long overdue. So thank you, Mr. Dibb.
Thank you, Mayor.
Resolution 451-17.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 43-2017. Ordinance number 43-2017 is an ordinance authorizing 15-year tax exemption for a market rate rental apartment project with retail and parking to be constructed by Sanhan Clinton Court Urban Renewal LLC, an urban renewal entity pursuant to the long-term tax exemption law, NJSA 40A:20-1 et sec. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Okay, need a motion to open the public, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody who'd like to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward.
Okay. 15-year tax exemption. When you make these deals or contracts or anything with these people, when is the time that they have to build it? Can they sit this vacant in 15 years and then decide to build, or are we going to get anything from this piece of property? Do you give them a time limit? Because everything I see being done, I see everything knocked down, but nothing's coming up. So is there any kind of time limit you give them to build something so we could see some people or some ratables or something going up rather than everything being destroyed?
You want to answer
What
that?
has the time work on
Albert's
this?
here.
You got it? Albert? Albert's the head of redevelopment, so I'll give him the, go ahead, Albert, come on up.
Albert, I'll give you the microphone. This is-
Stop the time.
There is no time on the ordinance.
Oh, that's right, we're on an ordinance, sorry.
Mayor, Council, it's my understanding that the redevelopment agreement would control. So the redevelopment agreement and the financial agreement typically have terms in them that would impose upon the developer a certain time frame. And if those timeframes weren't being met, the city would be able to revisit those contracts and hold the developer in breach and take corrective action if that's the case.
Okay, thank you.
The other piece is that when they pull these permits for construction, there's an expiration on them. If they sit on those and they exceed and there's no movement or forward movement on this, then they're gonna be required to renew all those building permits. And commercial property, those get to be very expensive. So, once they pull the trigger, I don't think that they get to, sit on it.
Well, that's my question. I see 15 years, so am I going to have to wait 15 years before a permit is pulled? I mean, there's no, it's very ambiguous.
That 15 years is
It's
the
exemption.
length of the pilot program. So that in 15 years, they're back to full taxation anyway. They're paying a pilot the first 15 years. And in 15 years, they would go into full taxation.
Has nothing to do with
And the
building.
pilot has different escalators.
Because that's what I see happening. I see everything being destroyed and nothing coming back up. And I don't see any movement.
There's a lot of activity, Kathy. I mean, if you take
But
a
it's
look.
not, and
you
the
take a-
Windows
you take-
filing on 210 went up after 2 years. I don't know what took so long for Windows to go into a building. I saw them today after
They had
2
to
years.
completely strip the inside of that building. Huge, move the elevators,
I
they
know
had a
that,
lot
but
of work
Windows,
inside
when you
there.
usually take a window out, you have the replacement window ready to go in. I mean, the thing had no
Well,
windows
they didn't take
for
the
like
old
2
ones
years.
out for quite a while, but.
Oh, they've been out a long time. I saw them today. I was
They got
watching
new
it.
ones about
They've had, those windows have been in for at least 3 months, most
No.
of them. Some of them aren't even in yet. You're talking
They're
about
not in yet.
210?
Yeah,
the window.
They've been new windows in there for a while. Some of them aren't even in yet.
they're not in yet. That's what I'm saying. Why-
They're
I
there.
mean,
But it's a big project.
In the corner of Main and Salem has already gone vertical. There's lots of activity over at the old Oritani Field Club. I mean, there's things, houses, apartment buildings of this size are not built overnight, Kat. They take time. Things have to come down before they go up, and that's the process that we're in right now.
Took almost 3
It's a very
years.
exciting time for the city.
Took 4 years to build Marine, basically. Three plus. Anybody else from the public on this ordinance? Motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Now we need a motion to
Need a
adopt.
motion to adopt the ordinance, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 43-2017 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 452-17.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 44-2017, an ordinance to amend Chapter 170 of the Code of the City of Hackensack Vehicles and Traffic to modify the streets listed in Section 56 one-way streets.
Have a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 44-2017 as introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on January 9th, 2018 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you, ma'am. Resolution 453-17.
This is a resolution authorizing a transfer of 2017 budget appropriations.
The motion, please?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 454-17.
A resolution authorizing tax refunds for duplicate payments, county board judgments, and state board judgments.
Have a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 455-17.
This is a resolution authorizing the tax collector to convert below charges to property liens for 389 Washington Avenue and 271 Elm Avenue.
I have a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 456-17.
The resolution formally designating the redeveloper and authorizing redevelopment agreement with Sonhan Clinton Court Urban Renewal LLC.
Thank you. Resolution
You
457-17.
need a
Sorry.
intro?
Need a motion to offer it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
457.
Need a motion.
You're looking
I
ahead.
came, I'm looking ahead on everything tonight.
I'll offer. How's that?
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. That cow session put me on speed dial. 457-17, please.
The resolution authorizing and directing the planning board to undertake an investigation to determine whether the delineated area of block 504.02, lots 12.01, 12.02, 12.04, and 12.05, otherwise known as Riverside Square Mall, satisfy the criteria for designation as an area in need of redevelopment.
Have a motion, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 458-17.
This is a resolution authorizing the award of contract for animal control services with the County of Bergen through December 31st, 2020.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 459-17.
A resolution approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of Hackensack and the UPSEU for the Public Works Supervisors.
Have a motion, please?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 460-17.
A resolution approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of Hackensack and the FOP Lodge 16 for 2016.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 461-17.
This is a resolution approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of Hackensack and the FOP Lodge 16 for 2017-18.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. And I need a motion for a resolution 462-17.
This is a resolution authorizing the payment of bills.
Need a motion for that, please?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay. Anybody have any issues with the consent agenda? Any conflicts? Anything need to be pulled?
No.
Nothing? Need a consent agenda, please?
The following items are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda, and the consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes, including any exceptions and/or additions. The consent agenda consists of Resolution 463-17 through 469-17. Resolution 463-17, the resolution authorizing Recreation Department refunds to Steven Acevedo for registration fee for Hackensack Youth Basketball. Resolution 464-17 is a resolution authorizing the appointment of, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, so I'm apologizing beforehand, Javid Beck Usinoff to the Planning Board and Dorothy Monopoly to the Condo Co-op Advisory Board with an appointment date of January 1st, 2018.
We just call him Jay,
Okay.
and he's here tonight.
Resolution 465-17 is a resolution authorizing proposed Bergen County Community Development Grants for fiscal year 2018. Alliance Against Homelessness, also for $60,000. The first one was for $55,000. Fair Housing Council of Northern New Jersey, $200,000, and Friendship House for $60,000. Resolution 466-17 is a resolution supporting the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over 2017 year-end holiday crackdown. Resolution 467-17 is a resolution authorizing the cancellation of outstanding checks in excess of 6 months for the municipal court. Resolution 468-17, a resolution authorizing the mayor, John P. LaBrosse Jr., as a signatory on treatment works approval permit for 359-395 Main Street, Sonhan Clinton Court Urban Renewal LLC. And Resolution 469-17 is a resolution endorsing the Bergen County Code Blue Alert Program. So now we need a motion.
I need a motion for the consent agenda as it was read, please.
Offer.
Second.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Very good. Thank you. Need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer. Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody from the public who'd like to speak, please come forward. You have 3 minutes. Give your name and address to the clerk also, please. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joe Campagna, 33 Essex Street, Hackensack. I'm here to talk about the taking of credit cards. We spoke about that before the end of your last term. You said there was some illegalities or legalities involving the city's ability to take credit cards on a website, but the state of New Jersey does it. When you file a trademark, open a business, you're able to use your credit card. I think that's a great thing for taxpayers to be able to do, is to use their credit card. And I'm hoping that you take a serious look this time, see what company the state of New Jersey uses to accept credit card payments, and we can use them for taxes. A lot of people would probably want to pay their tax in advance if they get a good deal, or can get a ticket to carry to transfer the funds to another credit card from one credit card. It's not just for me. I just think it's a great convenience, and it puts the city on a fast track for taking such things as things for the building department, permits and such like that. I think that's something we should look at. The other thing I wanted to discuss is, I know this is not the school board, but I'm really disappointed with our music program. My uncle is the director.
The music department.
Music department. Look, I know what it used to be. We used to have kindergarten music exposure. We used to have Miss Neff. She used to play classical music in kindergarten, we used to have a time where they used to play classical music. We used to have the music history. We had a string section in every grammar school that could really play. And we had reeds that could play clarinets, and everyone was interested. You know, music is really beneficial for anybody's education. And the NEA has really lagged in their program. And I was at a recital at Lincoln Center at Alice Tully Hall, and I met one of the bass players, Mr. Conyers. He's got a great nonprofit he's working with. He's an executive director. And I'm wondering if somebody like that couldn't work with the education department. It wouldn't cost anything. Maybe some exchange, you know, of visuals or donations or something like that. But there's something that's got to be done, because we don't have a music program. I mean, they may differ, but if, you know, there's a lot of places in the country, you got kids playing jazz and classical. It's just off the charts. It's great. My time must be up. But it was a really great concert at Lincoln Center to meet all these people at the after party. And, you know, music education is the way to go. I know this is not the venue, but you're not even allowed to speak at the school board. They give you these cards and they never call on you and they never listen to you. So maybe this is a way to get through.
Thank you, Joe. I just want to mention, January 8th, it's sold out, but Hackensack High School and the middle school is hosting a performance, and including the Stardust Band and the Comet Jazz Band. So they are introducing jazz. We have jazz at the high school and the middle school now. And it's sold out for the new Cultural Arts Center on the 8th. I didn't even get a ticket for it yet.
Is that with Nat Adderley?
What's that?
That's with the Adderley group?
No, this is just the high school. This is just students playing.
Oh, that's great.
So they're
that's
doing
great.
it.
But we need to do more. We need to get it really.
That's why we have new buildings like this Cultural Arts Center, because we couldn't agree with you more.
That's great. It's a long time coming.
The Adderley concerts and.
You know, I'm really glad that you're doing great. A lot of people criticize you, but no one's come up with any better ideas.
Comes with the territory. It's
Yeah,
all right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Related to the taxes that to pay with the credit card, I think you're allowed to use the credit card, but you have to pay a fee.
Right.
Yeah. It shouldn't be a fee.
I don't know, I never use it to pay.
It's like a percentage fee, so it's.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Do we take credit cards in the building department?
no, and the tax.
I know in the tax office you can, but the building department,
Taxes.
you should be able to go online and pay your taxes as far as I'm concerned. But, ma'am, how are you tonight?
How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you also. Carolyn Davis, Stanley Place in Hackensack. I just have a question with going back to two-way on Main Street, which I'm glad. I was disappointed when they changed it many years ago, but the fact is it has been one way for so long. And the traffic on Main Street, as we know, many people use it almost like a speedway. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of police presence, because I think it's going to be very confusing for a lot of people. And as fast as they do go, I just hope it's going to be to protect people.
We'll learn a lot, because State Street's happening on December 26th.
Right, I saw that.
So there'll actually be cones from one end of State Street to the other.
In the beginning.
Till January. Did we pick a date? How long?
No, we have not picked a date. The other thing
But
is.
we're going to leave those cones out.
So, we'll leave them there as long as I
As long
possibly
as we
can.
need to, but there's going to be a lot of signage, a lot of electronic signage. You know, and Main Street's going to be a little trickier.
Right, because I can see people just automatically going the way they've been going for the last.
The key word you said
15 years.
there is, you know, the speeding on Main Street, that's because it is a one-way street.
Yeah.
And when they made that decision, I always said, you know, it was the A to B theory. How can we get through the middle of this town as fast as possible now?
Right.
Because it's the declining Main Street. And we're going to try to reverse that whole theory that they had. And you actually want a little bit of crawl or slowness. You don't want everybody speeding up and down your Main Street.
Okay, thank you.
we
Because I've already
appreciate
seen
it. We're gonna be
somebody
as
going
safe as
down,
possible.
try to go down Main Street the wrong way.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be interesting, I'll tell you that much.
Good evening, Council. F.J. Williams, James Street, Hackensack. I'd like to ask several questions that I don't quite understand. You're offering all these pilot programs, and I was talking to the city manager the last time I was here. He said he needed the money to pay out his bills. That's why they had the accelerated tax lien. But at the same time, I looked in the paper, you got so many people there. And at the same time, I don't know whether you see it, and I have here, did you see in Bergenfield there how the people's with these houses? You have the same problem here. And you're passing all these taxes things on to us when you need money, but you're not getting paid for what the people, you got people with making many mansions just like in Bergenfield. And at the same time, and you know, I don't mean to attack you, Mr. Sims, but you're on the council, but gee, I mean, down on where we live in that area, I never, in all the time, the years I've been in Hackensack, I have never, ever heard a nay. It's always everybody agreed. And taking poor people, just like the mayor, he wants to leave something for his kids, but what about our kids? We won't have no place. We can't afford the taxes here. And I see people, and I sent the mayor a letter, not the mayor, but the city manager here and the tax assessor letters showing them how these people are renovating their houses, but we don't get none from them. When I check under the Oprah, there's no permits. I want to replace a stair in my house. I can't do it without a permit. And it's only $50. I just can't understand. And we give all these assessments to everybody, but I don't get nothing. And on your pilot program, it said 15 years, and I can't count. I don't have that kind of education. But I'd like to ask you, Mr. Sims, what kind of numbers do you ever be reading numbers, or you only know sports? Because what I'm saying to you, it seemed like to me, you would look at, saying the people's in your district, everybody changing. When I first came here, I hate to say that, I parked the car in my front yard, they gave me a ticket. Now I see is so many people got cars all in their front yard on the grass. What happened to the old laws? You keep making new ones, making kind of adjustment. I catch hell just paying the taxes. I mean, what's wrong? Is there ever a name, Mr. Sims? Can you speak up for peoples of color? I talked to Mr. Battaglia. He do give me a conversation about it. I told you about certain things, but why? Everything is passed on to the man. And you, to me, you're doing just like Trump with this medical program. Everybody say they're not going to vote for it, but they do. What is happening here? Even my medical insurance went up to $400 a month. How much longer can I pay that? But I got to pay it if I don't pay the taxes. You know what I mean? Thank you for your time.
Thank you. The only response I'm going to have on that, and I'd like to respond to some other comments there, but I'm not going to, is we get assessed, unlike Bergenfield only came across this because they were trying to institute a new garbage can program in their city. And by doing that, you had to announce the amount of bedrooms you had in your house. And by doing that, all of a sudden, they were realizing, wow, that was a 2-bedroom last year, and now it's a 5-bedroom. So that's how they got caught doing that. In Hackensack, fortunately, we have this rolling assessment where every year we send people out to every house through the city, and now houses get assessed. So if they were, you'd have more, if we weren't doing the assessment, you'd probably have a lot more of what's going on in Bergenfield. I'm not saying some don't slip through the cracks. And again, I've told you time and time again, Mr. Williams, you see a guy building on his property without a permit, you call it in to this guy right here, and he will make sure that they have to get proper permits and pay for it, because we lose out on that. We get a ton of money for permits.
I gave him pictures, but I keep asking, I keep calling. When is it, you say you gotta have a permit, a court order to go in somebody's house? Just to check these things here?
Well, I think if you see construction going on, I think you can.
To answer your question, I turned that matter over to our building department and Ernie. As he explained, we're not allowed to, there's a protection of arrest, search, and seizures, not allowed just to go into somebody's, so they have to get permission to go back and do an inspection, so they have to file for that. So I'll follow up with Ernie to find out what they found, but they immediately went over after you brought that to my attention.
I talked to him about it, and he said, well, he had to get a permit, and he said, well, he gonna come in and get a permit. And I filed another over, nobody went and got a permit, and what they do is they paint the house when you go in, you don't know whether it's been done or not. The whole interior been changed. And I called, but don't do any good, but yet still, you tax the hell out of me, and they ain't paying, and they got mansions. I can't do nothing. I don't think it's fair.
Mr. Servo, you're up.
Okay, Rich Serbo, 46 Spring Valley Ave. I want to welcome the public because we need public involvement. There's no one here, so hopefully there's some people watching on video. So welcome. All right, John, Emerson again mentioned that manners, good manners, need the support of others with good manners. So I think I've showed good manners here by asking questions, but I don't think I've received good manners in return by answering my questions. You haven't answered my questions. Now, I have sent you documentation about the hospital and the problems there with medical deaths, okay? And you asked for the documentation. I sent it to you on your page, and I've heard nothing from you. Now, another thing, and unless you want to comment on that, you can. But another thing is taxes. I told you about taxes. You're so overly concerned with redevelopment, tax breaks, tax giveaways, and the homeowners are still paying their taxes. My taxes went up 7.5%, and you not long ago said, "Oh, well, I'll take a look at that for you, Rich." Okay? I brought my tax bill in, gave it to the city manager. Again, no answer. You gave no answer back to me about my 7.5% raised taxes on my home. Okay, so like I said, it's bad manners not to answer questions when you're asked questions. Please, the hospital, which is in our jurisdiction, it's in Hackensack. It's Hackensack Medical Center. And I mentioned it to you once. You didn't want to believe it. The third amount of deaths in the United States is, I think it's heart disease, cancer, and then medical mistakes at hospitals across the nation. Okay? Now, if someone's not going to at least say something about that and ask the hospital to at least give us a statement about what's going on there, I don't know. You're the mayor of the city. I think it's your obligation to ask them about that. Okay, so my taxes, again, no, I got nothing, heard nothing about when you were shocked that my taxes went up 7.5%, but I never got any answer from you about, what's the remedy for that? And I guess you ran under a misnomer when you ran for council in May of this year. It's a misnomer that you ran under the banner of lower taxes and honesty. I mean, there's no honesty here. There's no lower taxes for homeowners, that's for sure. And you're giving away everything to redevelopment here. Is that what it's all about? Is that it?
Your time
And
is
3
up.
minutes is
I
up.
will answer. Your time is up.
We're censored here in Hackensack.
No one is censored. You have
Yeah.
a television camera right there showing the whole world what's going on.
Yeah,
Which was
but
never
it's-
happened before this council. Thank you. You may have a
Right.
seat. Your 3
It's
minutes are up.
3
And I will
minutes.
answer.
We're censored.
I will answer some of your questions. Yes, Rich, some people's taxes went up 7 or so percent, as yours did. Some went down. Overall, as a city, taxes stabilized and are, I will defer to the deputy mayor in a second, but I can tell you this, of your 7.5%, 70% of that 7.5% is from the schools. Right? I never see you at a school Board of Education meeting complaining about taxes. Is there a reason for that?
When are we going to combine the city with education again?
Talk to them.
Not have two nations.
Okay, there's always going to be a separate Board of Education meeting and a separate council meeting. My point being is, and the question I'm asking you is, school taxes are responsible for 70% of your 7.5%. I've never seen you at a Board of Education meeting complaining about taxes. So, no, we're not gonna go back and forth. I'm not washing my hands, I'm stating facts. I'm stating facts and alluding to Hackensack Hospital. I'm not gonna speak for Hackensack Hospital because I'm an employee there. But the fact that you're trying to pin down on this council for some crazy reason that we might be able to change something with hospital deaths is totally crazy.
No, but you
Totally
need to
crazy.
mention it to the board. of
Totally crazy, Rich. Sorry.
Look,
All right,
it's
you're done.
swept under the table.
Mrs. Salvo?
It's swept
Thank
under
you.
the carpet, okay? It's
That's a ridiculous statement.
not.
Okay.
Read the documents I sent you that you asked for.
Number one, you said there was nothing in my box about things. I saw your statement saying I sent the mayor documents, but I never received any
They're
documents.
on your lacrosse.
I checked it out. I looked all over for it, Rich, and I know that I work at a hospital. I know what the numbers are.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, I do. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, as far as transparency goes, I opened the executive sessions when you go in the back room. And Mr. Attorney, I thought you went in the back room to talk about personnel or legal cases pending with the city. But yet, as far back as August 22nd, you went in the back room to discuss the M&M building, which should have been discussed out in public, and it was never mentioned, because I'm at all these meetings when you do go in the back room, and that was never mentioned. At which time, a straw vote was taken, and the council decided it would inform the public of a decision in September when all the members were there. So way back in August, you knew that you were going ahead with that project, but yet it was kept secret, because I remember Ms. Davis asked a couple of times and she got no answer. So I don't know that transparency is the rule here as a backroom deal. Also at that August 22nd meeting, it was stated that the council directed the city manager to ensure that parking would be available during the construction period. This is not happening. We have a really bad problem, and I'm going to hold you all responsible, city manager and city council, for any accident that happens. Last Tuesday, at the 7 o'clock novena mass at St. Francis, Holt Street was completely blocked. It was used as a parking lot. You couldn't get a bicycle through. If we needed to get emergency vehicle, it was so cold I didn't want to take pictures because it was the coldest night of the year. And I just didn't want to take pictures, but it's been like that all the time. As far
So
as
you're saying no cars could go
you
down Whole
could
Street?
not get a bicycle through. There were some people that were
All right,
parallel parked.
we will look into that.
There's some people
Ted, will
that
you
were
look
out.
into that,
But
please?
there's
see
no
what it is?
parking, John. Where are these people going to park? You said to ensure that the parking would be available during the construction period.
As best as possible. You
No,
can't guarantee
no,
every
not-
car.
you
If they
took
had
70
5,000
away,
people
you
come to
gave them
Mass, I couldn't
20.
ensure that
No,
either,
you
Kathy.
gave them 20. You took them away from the people, you took them away from the school, and you took them away from the church. You gave us 20 parking spaces.
Kathy, when this
when there
building
was
is
70.
done, they will have their
But
parking
what
back.
are they supposed to do? Life goes on. What are we supposed, with snow and everything else? You left this in a hazard.
27 spots, there were 4 cars down there.
At any given time, but at 7 o'clock for the mass, and there are masses going on other than Sunday, and you cannot get through, okay?
So basically what you're saying, because St. Francis Church exists there, we
Always.
shouldn't be able to do anything that would affect them
But you
in
just
an
said you were
adverse
gonna,
way?
you asked the city manager to ensure that there would be parking during construction.
To help
Yes.
with the park, yes, that there, and we
Church
have
and
done what
existed.
we have done what we can with what we
You haven't done
have.
enough. You need 70 parking spaces. You're
Okay.
short. Okay, and you didn't show up the mass because you couldn't show your face there because you promised the people that you would look for an alternate
Kathleen,
site.
I was there.
That's
I
not
was
true.
there
Wasn't
representing.
there 'cause
That's
he
not
I
promised
was
the
there
people-
representing
you
the
all
city.
promised that you would look
I
for
was
another
there.
site.
Kathleen.
We opened the gate up that day, we promised.
One day, yeah, but everything else, life goes on down there, David.
Kathleen,
Problems are there.
I spoke
Okay.
to many people that evening.
Oh, yeah,
And-
you know, I'm sure you
and
did.
They were
Mhm.
not unhappy words
Yeah,
at
all right, well,
all.
come down on Tuesday evening, come
I
down
was
when there's no
there.
parking.
I spoke to many.
All right, no, wait, you
No.
took my minutes, I'm not done.
I did not see you there, Kathy.
I am not.
Ms. Salvo, I'm giving you 1 extra minute.
Oh,
that's
thank
it.
you, you're so very generous
Well,
of you. Okay,
Because we
so,
did speak through you.
all right, so I'm happy
Unfair.
about the garbage trucks, finally. All right, and the other thing you did, you didn't have any pre-construction meetings as a safety thing. Today, they finally got an evacuation place to go for that school. And you should be very concerned about that because your son goes to that school, Mrs. Van Powell. Stephanie. They finally got a place to, no pre-construction meetings. We do pre-construction meetings for everybody. They needed a place to go if they had to evacuate the school. You took that away with them. You didn't notify the Board of Ed. The Board of Ed meeting was going to, the superintendent meeting was going to be after the fact when you closed the parking lot. So today, they finally got a place. If they have to evacuate that building, they can go to St. Anthony's.
Can I ask you a question? How much a year does the city of Hackensack, through the Board of Ed, pay that for the rental of that school? You
They
have any
pay a lot.
idea?
How much?
How much? Give me an idea.
They pay too much.
How much?
Like, almost over 5 years, $5 million. Has the church, in any of its time, with all this $5 million they've taken over the last 5 years, thought to maybe buy some parking for their people?
Did you get, wait, because they always had that. That was given to them back in the
No.
70s.
Show me a document where we gave that to
It
the
was given.
church,
Give me
please.
the document that you took it away. You
First
took it
they
away
gave it to
without
the
a
people, now they
resolution.
gave it to the
You took it away
church.
without a resolution, Mr.
That is a
Mr.
city,
Attorney. You took it
your
away
time is
without
up. That is a city-owned parking lot for the for the M&M building.
And John, and you took away the open space for the kids, which is mandatory for kindergarten and pre-kindergarten that they play there. And to tell them that they go to Pulaski Park, which is 2 miles away.
They didn't,
You took it away. You gave it to them. You gave them that piece of property. I was here when they had to pay the tax, the insurance on it. You gave it to the school and you took it away.
I gave it to them. We're done. Mrs. Salvo, your
You took
time
it
is
away
up.
from them.
Your time is up.
Anything that happens here, you're all responsible.
Yeah, that's your MO. I've been responsible for like 20 people dying so far due to you. Next, please.
Do you want me to speak about the closed session issue, by the way?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Clear that up.
Just to be clear about the closed session issue, the council does have the absolute right to go into closed session to receive advice from their attorney on matters pertaining to attorney-client matters. There were some legal issues with the terms of the contract that needed to be resolved through my discussions with the council. They were resolved, and that's when the council decided to proceed forward. So there is no issue. The council was properly in closed session to discuss those issues.
Mr. Attorney did not say we're going
not her
back
turn
to
to
discuss
speak.
M&M. You're supposed to say
He gave you the reason why Mrs. Salvo, please. The gavel is so, you would please stop talking. That's what it's for. Please observe it. Yes, sir.
Ms. Coley, I have a question on the Riverside Square Mall area in need of rehabilitation. I can't imagine where.
Explain
Yes, I'm gonna let Deputy Mayor
that.
explain that.
The Riverside Square Mall is in the process of doing some major renovations and upgrades to the
it's on.
building. So we're looking at certain portions of that building and trying to help them move forward with the renovation, because that's an aging mall. And in doing so, we're exploring our options and we're asking our planner to look into that to see if any of that meets the criteria to help them on the improvement portion only, as it would be phased in.
Okay. My other thing was, this being the last week of before Christmas, and you want to get as many shoppers down to Main Street. Again, maybe it's a nice idea if we can publicize parking till Christmas is free. Please come down, enjoy all the stores, the restaurants on Main Street. Other towns do it. I don't know why we can't do it. And I think that's a nice thing for the public to be able to go down there and shop. Now, if you want to put a time limit on it, and years ago, we used to use the old trolley to move the people from one point to the other point while they shopped. And if you could open up the Agricultural Center, maybe you could make that a nice place that they can go warm up, maybe listen to some music, and spend a couple dollars at Hackensack instead of going, like you all say, the Speedway to Route 4 in the 4 malls. Maybe they'll stay here in Hackensack. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everybody.
Same to you, Mr. Cohen, thanks. Ted, is that something we can consider?
I was talking to one of the police officers, and they say that right now, at the moment, sometimes the people there, they got their own business, are the worst offenders. They park the car.
It's the employees,
Right
I
there
know
in the
that,
main
but-
street. So if you will do it for free, that means that all the people, they have to work there, that's the people they will park for free the whole day. So the people that have to do some shopping, they will have to look for another parking
Well,
space.
why don't we do this? Let's contact the Main Street Alliance tomorrow
Try to get some kind of.
and run it by them, but tell them it's not for employees.
Yeah.
And to please don't let your employees park there,
Yeah.
and then maybe we can move forward.
Maybe we could do it for the week before Christmas, which would be a nice gesture.
Well, it's this week, the rest of this week.
I would like to, if I may add to it, I've seen this done, and there's 3 elements to this. Number one, they have the people who are designated to
Yeah.
patrol the metered areas.
Joe, you're past your 3, so you can't come up twice, that's the problem.
Can I just give you the suggestion?
Sure, well, you can talk,
Afterwards.
why don't you just come afterwards, and we'll talk about it afterwards, all right? Otherwise, we're changing protocol, and then I gotta let everybody do it. Thank you. No, protocol's protocol. Anybody else from the public? Seeing none, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay. Ms. Van Rudenboer?
Yes. There was an event at the Hackensack Performing Arts Center. It was run by, I'm going to try to say her name, Denise Inglianeri.
Galli.
Ingali. Oh, I got that wrong. I practiced it a few times. She's the president of the PTA, and she ran a wonderful event called Reflections, where the students from the school district, from pre-K up through high school, were able to go and do presentations of artwork. So it goes to what you were saying, Mr. Campagna, and also you, Mr. Coley, about seeing the Hackensack Performing Arts Center. It was just a wonderful event. Downstairs in the gallery, they had visual arts. They had, paintings hung up by the students, and then upstairs in the auditorium, everyone went up there afterwards, and the kids were able to recite poetry that they wrote themselves, and they had some video things that they made. So it was really a nice event, and it was nice that everyone got a chance to see the Performing Arts Center. And I could honestly say everyone was pretty much in awe, and it was nice for them to be outside of the school at somewhere bigger. They felt really important being there, not in a school gymnasium or auditorium. So it was a really nice event, and thanks to Denise and everyone else that was involved from the city that allowed it to happen. It was a really nice time. In regards to, also the Arc of Bergen County, they just celebrated their 70th anniversary, and they were collecting some donations for some of the participants in the ARC program. So if anyone is interested in donating anything, it's for a really good cause. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the ARC or the story behind its foundation, but it's a really, it's an amazing story. I think when we were there, we heard how it came to be. It was pretty amazing. So if anyone would like to donate to that, you could see me, as well as the Holly Center in Hackensack. They're also collecting things, new toys, for children that have been displaced from their homes. So if you'd like to see me afterwards, I appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and get home safe tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph. Very exciting to hear that our new trucks, our new sanitation trucks are finally at DPW. 5 of us actually, and Ted too, actually stopped down to see them before the meeting tonight. And they look great. We talked to a couple of the folks down there, and they're as excited about them as well. I mean, they look like they're very very sturdy. Looks like it was a good, well thought out purchase, and they were happy to explain to us all of the niceties of these new trucks over some of them that they have in existence already. So 2 down, 4 to go. Hopefully we'll be doing another 2 next year and 2 the following year. So I know it took a while, a little longer than we thought, lessons learned, and happy to see them here. A reminder for everyone about the 2-way State Street that's going to be happening on December 26th. Again, we can't say it enough. I know lots of alerts have gone out, but we've been waiting for this for a very long time and anticipating it. And, a lot of progress has been made, especially in the last month or so. So it's exciting to see that coming into our city. Congratulations to our police department for achieving this high-level certification. I think this was a very interesting process. I know the police department opened this up and solicited feedback from folks in the community, tried to make this as transparent of an event as possible, and happy to see that they were able to achieve this high level of certification. Thanks to Ted and his staff for the 2 new contract settlements. These things sometimes can drag on, so it was nice to see these happen so expeditiously and, before the holidays and before the end of the year, to have 2 under our belt. Again, kudos to you, Ted, and your entire staff for working diligently and making this happen, and to the employees too, who sat down and came to the table, realistic expectations, and worked well with the city. So that's also great news. I do like the idea of the free parking. I wish we had done it starting this week, but if we can get it done even for, the days up to Christmas when folks are running around for last minute shopping, I do think that's a really nice touch, and that was a nice suggestion. So Ted, I'm happy you're going to look into that. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone, and Happy New Year. We won't be back again with you till, I think, January 9th, and a reminder that will be at 6 o'clock. We're going to be starting the committee of the whole meetings at 6 instead of 6:30, so we'll have an even longer night, fellow council members. But we look forward to seeing everyone enjoy time with family and friends, and be back right at you again in January. Thank you for coming.
Sir?
Hackensack Junior Basketball had their awards banquet yesterday at the Grey Cliff. It was a great turnout. The senior citizen trip today, they went to the Huntington Hills Playhouse. About 45 senior citizens attended. Hackensack Junior Basketball closed registration this past Friday and will begin play January 6th. Kudos to our fire department who will participate in holding the American flag right before the New Jersey Jets football game, December 24th. I just want to mention some of our goals, 2017, as we come to a conclusion. We started construction on the new M&M building. Not only did we get 2 brand new garbage trucks, we got a brand new fire truck also. State Street will become a 2-way street starting next week. We opened our cultural arts building. In closing, I want to wish everyone a happy holiday and a safe new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Bill?
Well, like David said, we got the 2 brand new trucks. We got a fire truck. We got some pickup trucks and some a small car from the Army for free. The only thing that we had to do yet is a paint job. And now they're going to be used in the narrow streets, to clear the snow. And I am really happy to see that we started construction for the M&M building. We were supposed to start that early, but because few back and forth, we delayed the project for 5 months. And that was one of the problems that I think if we started like early and we will do the construction the time the kids are in vacation, maybe we opened that parking lot before, but because we had to go with this back and forth with the residents, we lost 5 months on the construction. And what did we got? I said, thank you for coming and have a good holidays. Go nice and easy in the winter time. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Well, most of the stuff was covered. We talked about the 2-way conversion to State Street. I just asked everybody out there, be careful. It's been probably over 40 years, close to 50 years since it's been a 2-way street. 40? Yeah. And, oh yeah? Yeah, it's 40 years, a long time to be going that one direction, but it's going to be back to 2, and we need to be careful in the beginning. But once, like anything else, you'll get used to it. It was great seeing the new garbage trucks come in. We realized they ran a little behind schedule, but we got them here, and they'll be out on our road soon. Tonight, we passed a resolution for Code Blue. For those of you who don't know, Code Blue is a program used to help keep homeless people, get them off the streets when temperatures drop below. It's 32 degrees without precipitation, or I think 28 degrees with precipitation. We work on getting them into a shelter, and as mentioned before at the earlier meeting, we can't force them in, but we certainly can try to get them off the streets, especially in inclement weather like that, and keep them safe. The art show, I was there for a little while, was great. I had a planning board meeting, I think, that night, but it was still a great show. Stephanie had mentioned the ARC dinner we went to the other night. That's a fantastic, almost 500 people at that, and well attended, and it was a lot of fun, had a good time. And the free parking thing, I think it's a great idea. What I'd like to see is maybe put a time limit on it if that's possible, a couple hours.
I think 2 hours.
Chalk the tire, right, but maybe we could put a sock, like a Merry Christmas sock over them and announce, 2-hour free parking, Merry Christmas, something like that.
Holidays.
Right. Oh, yeah, I hit it. See, that was just, okay. So you put us, as if we can have them done up real quick, or a bag or something we can come up with, all right? So that would be great. And I think, is everybody in favor here of doing that?
Yes.
It's just an impromptu, it's all right to do that, council?
Absolutely.
Claire?
Yeah, I mean, under the circumstances, if you give the direction
I
to
would
the
call
city,
it an
if you
emergency.
give the direction to the city manager, I think.
I would say we
you
would
can
like
do
to
it.
direct the city manager to do this if possible, all right? No pressure though, Ted. It's only Christmas. And,
So we'll reflect the entire council was in agreement to
Yes,
proceed
yes.
in this manner for the minutes?
exactly. I was able to attend Saturday, Mayor's Summit up in Westwood. There were about 32 mayors from Bergen County there with Congressman Gottheimer, and spoke about a lot of different things going on, but there's a lot of programs available for free stuff, really, and I was glad to say, when he handed out the pieces of paper with the numbers, Hackensack was well ahead of everybody at getting equipment through the government surplus and all the other things, way, way ahead. Paramus was far behind second, but we were way up there, and did really well with that, and we will continue to, that saves the taxpayers a lot of money. We get vehicles, we get all kinds of things,
How many homes
generators.
have we got? 4 or 5, right?
Excuse me?
Homes.
We have three Hummers that I know of that we got for $1 a piece. You can get brand-new trucks, a year old, 400 miles on them for totally free through these programs. So we're picking up what we can there. But the main topic was this tax bill that they're trying to pass. They're trying to finish up here, and from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look good for people who live, especially in the state of New Jersey, and especially in Bergen County. Bergen County was number 9 on the list of the most affected in the whole country. So that's devastating for us. You're only going to be able to write off if you pay $12,000 in taxes on your home, you can only deduct write off $10,000 worth of it. So those things are going to hurt us. Plus, if you have a second home, people that do have second homes, they're not going to be able to write that off. Your state income tax will no longer be able to be written off on your federal income tax or anything else. So we're going to lose all those deductions and not get anything back. And he brought up a great point. He's passing a bill, trying to pass a bill called the Moocher Bill. And it targets like Alabama, Mississippi, some other states where for every federal dollar goes to the government. Out of New Jersey, we get 33 cents back. For every dollar that goes to the government for Alabama, for instance, they get $4.50 back. So think about that. So we're spending, all our federal tax money is going to other states, not here. It doesn't come back here. And we pay more in property taxes than about anybody in the United States. It's unbelievable the amount of property taxes we pay here. And to do this to us it's just going to be, it's not going to be a pretty sight. And I hope they know what they're doing, and I hope they really do not pass it as it stands right now, because it will be devastating for us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of another year, basically. It's the last meeting of the year. I wanted to thank the council, the clerks, Debbie and Allison, Mr. Dibb, everybody in City Hall, city manager, first year. Pretty soon you're not going to be able to say BT anymore, right? You're past BT. Before Ted, now it's going to be just Ted. But thank you for all your hard work. This man works a tremendous amount of hours. As many of you know, he lives like an hour away from here, and he's here at 6 o'clock in the morning working. I know because I'm on the phone sometimes by 6:30 with him. And it's 10 after 9 now. It's an early night tonight. He may get home by 11 if he's lucky. But a lot of great things going on in town. I know there's always some controversy here and there, but I like our grade for our report card. We think we're doing pretty well. The buildings are coming up out of the ground. We're on schedule, and I understand when people say, you're giving this away and that away. We're really not giving it away, folks. It's going to come back and pay great dividends once these buildings are up. That's when you start to see the fruits of all our labor. In 2023, I think we predicted about a $12 to $15 million revenue increase towards the city. So that will be huge. When you have a $100 million budget and you can dump 12 to 15 million back into that we do not have right now. So that's that, if everything goes to plan, will be wonderful. Check out the website for the Cultural Arts Center. That thing is going to be very busy. If you look at it, there's a lot of shows coming up. We have already mentioned the Pack the House series, but there's a lot of other, now the local theater plays are all advertising on there. High school, I mentioned the jazz thing on the 8th. On the 9th is Hamilton's. All right, unfortunately, it's a council meeting. I bought tickets and didn't realize we had a council meeting that night. And there's 2 other events in January, pretty big events. You've got some good plays coming up there, and then you have the Pack the House series. So we promise to keep bringing you better and better entertainment. And looking forward to the spring and summer season when we get back outside with some of the stuff. It's great to do that stuff for the citizens and for everybody. And with that, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. I know Hanukkah is over. Are we done with Hanukkah?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the last day, so Happy Hanukkah, the end of Hanukkah. And Kwanzaa is tomorrow night? I think there was a Kwanzaa thing tomorrow night, but I want to wish everybody a happy Kwanzaa. And have a wonderful and safe Happy New Year. Yes, sir?
I just want to confirm, so the parking, you want 2 hours free each, define what you want, so I get this
Well,
right.
try to put, you know what,
Well,
it's gonna be hard to enforce, they're gonna have to check tires, but
I get that.
2 hour, a 2 hour limit. So, you know, the problem is, you know, if your car could already be there for an hour before you check the tire, so he gets 2 hours from the time his tire is chalked, right?
Okay, just
And
want to
it
confirm.
has to be made clear, not for employees.
Yeah, no
Business.
employees, right. And definitely go through the Main Street Alliance with that, because,
Got it.
And one other thing, Hackensack Junior Wrestling has their first home match on January 6th. I don't think we'll have it.
January 6th?
January 6th,
Nice.
first home match for,
Junior Comets. Very good. Thank you, everybody, have a wonderful night.
thank you.
Motion to close.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember
all in
Von
favor?
Rudenberg or Alderman
Aye.
Aye.
Happy New Year, everybody.
For me?